I see. It looks fine from the outside, but its components are badly damaged. That's right. Under normal circumstances, there's no way to repair them. But in this new state of reason, repairing it might be simple. Really? Don't count on it yet. This will be Bronia's first time trying something like this. She held her breath and began intuitively searching the entire structure. And, or, not, nor. Modern integrated circuits were born from staking these four logical operations on top of each other trillions of times over. No one could repair a chip that had been badly burnt. They would instead replace it with an available part. But a perfected Hersch of reason was peculiar in that she could do the impossible. Ah, it's working! Everything's looking good. But what good is it? Project Sigma has reconstructed Earth's base. Who are you going to be able to reach out to? 750, 620, 570. There it is. This machine can operate on channel 495. What are you looking for? Channel 495. Overseer Otto and Prof. Planck use this channel to avoid shooting at each other during Schicksal and anti-entropy's conflicts, also known as Atlantic phone line. What does it have to do with us? If Schicksal HQ is in operation, they can be reached by channel 495. Disregarding the black-haired surprise, the B-rank Valkyrie from Schicksal began operating the comms device, which had originally belonged to anti-entropy, quickly. Three minutes later, the fruit of her labor was clear. Susanna, is that you? And you're with Kiana and the others? Bronya, Sila, and of course Susanna here. It's been a while. It's good to see you're alright. Are you Alvit of Immortal Blades? That's right. Schicksal's only designated instrumentalist reporting in. Bronya is sure you know our situation thanks to Susanna. How are things by Schicksal HQ? To keep Schicksal HQ running, Rita-sama, Nagamitsu-sama, and Ember-sama were working hard to keep us safe from imaginary dimensional bleed. And with established connection with anti-entropy Salt Lake base, Mr. Yang, Dr. Einstein, and Dr. Tesla are putting up a fight over there. And Teresa? Do you know anything about her? No, Overseer Teresa's whereabouts are unknown. We can't even tell if she's returned from space. And from the Salt Lake base, other than Sila, Rosalia, Lilia are unaccounted for. From surveillance footage, it looks like they sneak out right before any spatial change. According to an AI analysis of their leap movement, they were sneaking off to buy snacks. These two idiots. I don't think venting your emotion does any good, Sila. Alvit, we need to arrange a meeting between Schicksal and the Entropy and those of us here in the deep. Is that doable? I'll do everything I can. Then there's still time. Susanna, you stay here and keep contact with Alvit, while Sila and I split up and tell the others and try to meet up in half an hour. Is everything okay with that? No problem. Anything is welcome, Durandal-sama and Sushan-sama. As long as Schicksal and anti-entropy send people over. Don't judge a book by its cover, huh, Susanna? You've surprisingly contributed a lot. Sila, watch your manners. Everyone has something they're good at. There, happy? 30 minutes later. Although some key members of Jigsaw and Anti-Entropy couldn't be here right now, it's a wonderful thing that we're able to meet like this under the present conditions. Alright, Ma-Pa, that's enough niceties. Let's get down to business. Then we'll let Dr. Tesla take over from here. That should keep things short and efficient. Fine by me. I'm happy to say a few words. Kiana, right now the people in the city, including yourself, May, Branya, Fuhua, Sila, the Herrscher of Sentience, and Susanna, who has no idea how she got here, correct? That's right. Per our previous discussions, you were trapped on the moon by Project Stigma, returned to Earth and reached the deep, while the previous era's Stargate. But this isn't enough to explain what's going on in the city. Can someone from Jigsaw explain how Susanna has appeared there? I can, Tesla-senpai. I launched her through the cosmic juggernaut. Oh, so it was you. Wait, cosmic juggernaut? That thing is a headache to activate. You coincidentally managed to do it? We were going to conduct some experiments with the cosmic juggernaut, and Susanna was in charge of cleaning out the divine key. When the space began changing, I didn't have time to notify Susanna or anyone else. I had the divine key pick the area where the space was most stable and launched her. And now, with the effect from Project Stigma, we temporarily lost the chance to use the divine key. Why do I feel you're leaving something out? At any rate, with the most of the Earth experiencing imaginary dimensional bleed, this city is one of the few stable areas left due to its relationship with Sea of Quanta, but now its stability is also a form of obstacle for you guys. What do you mean? We can't hold up here like this forever, and the end goal of Anti-Entropy and Jigsaw is to get the normal world back. Under that premise, the deep would make a horrible forward operating base. In terms of imaginary space, it's too far away from the front line, and thus would be better suited as a home front. So you're saying we need to open a new front? Yes. As for how to, we need Nagamitsu to figure that out. Dr. Tesla must be referring to the cosmic juggernaut. I heard you said has made preparations. Why don't we go through them together? Not really preparations. We just tried finding beacons. But you did find one. But we just... I see. Jigsaw and Anti-Entropy are having trouble capturing such rudimentary beacons, aren't they? Unfortunately, yes. And given the situation, I won't recommend you go through the Salt Lake Base or Jigsaw's floating isle now. Those areas are where Project Sigma is concentrated on corrupting, and for us, they're easier to defend than attack. So even though you vaguely sense the space Saint Freya is in, it already means a lot to us. But do you find it difficult to give a specific beacon? Yeah, it's a vague feeling, as fuzzy as a dream even. But the weird thing is, when I examine the imaginary space with my Herrscher authority, the vague information relating to Saint Freya always existed in the background, regardless of the direction in which I focused. It's like the cosmic microwave background. Cosmic microwave background? What's that? Kiana, have you ever paid attention in class? Now, Dr. Tesla. Cosmic microwave background isn't something Valkyries learn in class. Kiana, have you heard of the Big Bang theory? The theory of the universe emerging as a point and expanding to its current size over time? Yes, and the cosmic microwave background is the first ray of light that the Big Bang emitted. Those lights instantly filled up the tiny universe when they were created. So after the universe has blown up in size, they are ubiquitous, flying towards us from every direction and flying into ever-expanding depth. But in that case, Dr. Tesla and Ms. Nagamitsu, are you guessing that Ch34 is among the first areas on Earth to be swallowed by Project Sigma? Yes, the use of first isn't accurate, but like the cosmic microwave background we just mentioned, it must have been involved when Project Sigma began to influence the world on a large scale. This is the sole reason for you to have sensed it in every direction. Therefore, as long as we find the first breakthrough with the authority of the void on our side, we won't have much of a problem reclaiming Ch34. There's more. Once we do that, we can make further use of its cosmic microwave background status in Project Sigma and turn it into a bridgehead of reclaiming our space. If Kevin's final target, we need to restore Earth to its original state as much as possible first. This will not only weaken him, but also ensure that Earth won't plunge into utter chaos after we terminate Project Sigma. Restoring Earth. This is our goal, but how do we go about it? Theoretically, we do the opposite of whatever Project Sigma does. As surprising as it sounds, this cataclysm is easy to reverse engineer. It'll take another day or two. That's fast. Yeah, hence the term surprising. But efficiency is obviously a problem here. Even if our reverse engineering is successful, we can't advance the solution as fast as Kevin, who has the power of finality. Thus, our future operations will focus on two things. One, let the mass contribute. What we lack in efficiency, we make up in numbers. Two is to get a hold of the power of finality. I know they both sound impossible, but if we resolve to overcome Project Sigma and pressure of finality, we must pull them off. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single footstep. We must open a new front, regardless of what will happen. And Ch34 is the best choice so far, right? Yes. In fact, just now, when I was reviewing the situation on my laptop, I realized a way to create a breakthrough. 42 hours later. Ah, that was a good nap. But is my alarm faulty? Seems like everyone's already busy at their respective positions. Nobody woke me today because they wanted me to get sufficient rest to officially begin Dr. Einstein's project. Then let's review all the steps of the project again before I head down. Firstly, use the Eye of the Deep and the communication devices built by everyone to contact Durandal and Li Sushang, who are near the Earth now. Secondly, after reuniting with them, use the Herrscher of the Void's power to guide Sumeru into recording the scattered information from Ch34 in all directions. Thirdly, use the technique that reorganizes the imaginary to piece all the scattered information together in an independent dimension to get a stable and complete beacon. Lastly, assign our manpower based on this beacon to counter the imaginary dimensional bleed head-on. The success rate of every step is intrinsically related to my execution. That's alright, as long as I stay calm. These are easy feats for a Herrscher. You're right, and we've already completed the first step. Huh? Durandal. You guys are already back. Just half an hour ago. Thanks to everyone, the navigation went smoothly. Sushang is getting some much-needed rest now. Ah, and you haven't rested for 2 days straight, right? Aren't you alright? I'm fine. The Jigsaw has plenty of technology to help Valkyries fight for days on end. As for why I'm here, even though Sushan's asleep, you need Sumeru for the second step of your plan, right? That's true, but... Alright, I understand. But once we're done with the project, you have to take a break too. Alright, Rita has already told me that. Ah, great. So, let's haze and head down now. Okay. I heard that these temporary communication devices were all made by Bronya in 2 days, with the Herrscher of Reason's power. Susanna played a big part as well. If not for her, even if we can contact the others, it will be difficult to fulfill all the specifications needed for Cosmic Juggernaut. According to Bronya, it would have been much harder to help you guys to locate the deep accurately. Indeed, but it was too reckless for Nagamitsu to have ejected her here, although this might just be their unique dynamics. Durandal-sama! We were just talking about you, Susanna. Huh? Talking about how Durandal and Li Sushan wouldn't have made it to the deep so smoothly if not for your help. I only did what I had to do. But everyone is still grateful. That's right. Well done, Susanna. I'll work even harder from now on. Haha. Alright, let's get to work and start planning the second phase. Should I open Sumeru here? Yep, of course. We'll still have to keep in contact with Dr. Einstein. She'll guide us step by step. After the reunion, Kiana and her friends fervently began their project to reclaim Saint Freya. And for the other Valkyrie who was greatly indebted to the Academy, after having lost conscience for about 3 days, her adventure was about to begin. This place is... This was clearly an unknown world. If you were to describe it as a horror novel would, I think that the most relieving thing in the world is that humanity's theologies cannot categorize the world accurately. Remember well, till the end, my greatest fear is not induced by anything visible. I was clearly under significant stress when I wrote these words, for after tonight, I will no longer exist. We're no different from the nature on this earth. To make fire from wood, to slash and burn. Even after we have flown to the space, humans are still unable to free themselves from their childhood. Every wisdom in this galaxy is limited by how it exists, an obstacle you cannot overcome solely by your will. Kevin, does the way of existence you speak of include the scene before me? As the new overseer slowly regained consciousness, she began sensing her surroundings. The place was silent, but seemed to be filled with something formless. She smelled something saccharine and dangerous in what would be called air. like nitroglycerin smeared on the tip of her tongue. She didn't know how long she had been trapped here. Curiously, her body hadn't grown tired from battling, nor hungry from confinement. She tried awakening the power of Vishnu within her, hoping this bizarre scene was another dream that could be devoured. Yet nothing happened. It appeared that this space was no ordinary illusion. Anyhow, I can't be stalled here. Is this also a husk? Sorry, Runt. I stole one of your prey. Say, Teresa, what are you staring at? Siegfried. Is it really you? Huh? Why? Have you ever met a fake me somewhere? Or did all the bitter melon juice finally make you silly? Right, there's no one else who'll spout such nonsense. So, this is where the world serpent imprisoned you? No, but it's a long story. And so Siegfried began to explain what he encountered at the anti-entropy base last year. Anyway, from now on, they've locked me up in the Caslana Stigmata space. You said you've also fought with the leader of World Serpent there? Yeah. His name is Kevin. He's the originator of the Caslana family, a hero of the previous era, but also a sinner of this era, right? Do you know what Kevin is doing? No, but not long ago, he stole all the power of Chimera. If not for that, I wouldn't be here now. Kevin, he sees the authority of finality and is advancing Project Sigma. According to him, this is the only way to prevent the Herrscher of Finality from destroying the world. Although it will force all humans that can awaken Stigma into a dream. Herrscher of Finality? What happened outside while I was locked up? Well, too much has happened this year. In 400 days, the number of Herschers has been bumped up from 4 to 12. Even Otto has passed away. But the children at St. Freya have grown so much in the face of those hardships. Kiana defeated the persona of the Herrscher of the Void and became the Herrscher of Flame Scion that fights for humans, like the Mr. Young we know. Wow, I need to treat her like a big girl when we meet again. Of course. But if you're as sloppy as you were just now, he won't be very impressed. Haha, Kiana isn't like that. But with that said, Siegfried, your left arm, has it recovered in the Stigma space? Ah, my arm? I don't really know. When the Stigma space was full of Chimera energy, I was fading in and out of consciousness. I wasn't sure what happened. I tried breaking out a few times. I'm not sure how I always ended up back in. Even now, everything feels so unreal, as if my body is still trapped, stuck in Stigma space. It's been tough for you. But do you know what space you're in now, Siegfried? It's very different from Caslana's stigma space. I'm not sure, but there has always been a blaring clue. As I said, Kevin has taken Chimera energy. The direction to which that energy disappeared led me to you. You mean you were able to find me because of how he and I fought? Ah, I didn't even think of that. But that makes sense. I thought the disappearance of the energy would lead me to Kevin, but with you here, maybe we can find the others that have been sealed away by World Serpent. It'll be difficult to figure out what's going on with just the two of us, but if we save more people, we'll get strength in numbers. Haha, that's just like you. Even after everything you've been through, just as optimistic as when you were young. Let's do it the way then. Who knows, maybe. Kiana and the rest are looking into this from a different angle. This way. Imaginary constructs. This place is still linked to imaginary space. But this is also an opportunity. Teresa, we can finally fight shoulder to shoulder again, though you can't touch mine. You could have dropped the last sentence.